Welcome to another SpotOn chat. I'm Rebecca Monet with Zorakle Profiles. Zorakle provides profiling tools to franchisors and franchise consultants that helps facilitate a right fit between a prospective franchisee and a franchise concept. So with me today as my guest is Bryan Lewis. He's the founder and owner of Press Waffle Company, a unique food concept based in Dallas, Texas, that specializes in authentic Belgian waffles, savory waffle creations, and locally roasted coffee. So Bryan and his brother Caleb, about a year ago, was on Shark Tank, and all of the sharks were very interested in the vision that Bryan and Caleb had for Press Waffle Company. So I wanted to talk about that today. And for now, welcome back, Bryan.
Thank you. It is good to be here and excited to chat with you again.
Yeah. So I know there's a gazillion people that want to know what it was like
Yeah.
to be on Shark Tank, because only a handful of people get selected. There's a whole process to get there. And then when you're there, there's a whole, I'm going to call it a psychology of actually persuading an investor to invest in your company. In your case, when I watched the videos, all of them were like drooling, not just over the waffles, but over you and Caleb and the vision that you had. So can you tell us that whole process of getting there and then ultimately what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It is a process. There is and I'm sure this is the same with any and every TV show, but there's just, you see this clean hour-long TV show, and gosh, like the amount of work and the number of people that put that together, it is crazy. But Shark Tank in particular, I mean, anybody that's ever gone to one of the open calls or something like that, I mean, yes, there are literally thousands of people in every city that they visit, and at the end of the day, I think they end up taking maybe 100 to 110 per season, and then only about 50 of those actually air in a
Wow, I had
season.
no idea.
Yeah, so there are people that will be selected, go film, and still never like be on TV, because once they film it, they still have to piece together these episodes and make sure that it's engaging TV at the end of the day. But the one thing I'll say before I say anything else is it is very real. There is nothing fabricated about it. I mean, it is like the deals you see, that they're making deals, and so that's one thing that a lot of people are like, did they really give you money? It's like, yeah, if you make a deal, they really give you money. They're really investing in you, But yeah, I mean, I had been a fan of the show for since the beginning. I had seen every episode. I love the show. I'd always said like, man, I wish I could go on. I wish I had something to take on Shark Tank. That would be so cool, but I didn't. And then I did. And then all of a sudden, as soon as we had the food truck up and running, both Caleb and I were like, we should go Shark Tank. That'd be fun.
Do it.
And so 4 months after hitting the road on our food truck, we went to an open call in Dallas. Sat in line for 9 hours or something absurd to go talk to people for 45 seconds. It went well. We thought we did well, and the casting people were very enthusiastic, and then we left and we waited. And
waited.
We waited and waited, and I think it was maybe 3 weeks later, we got a call, and they said we want to know more, and so I think we had to make a video for them, a 10-minute video answering certain questions or something like that. And so we spent a lot of time and effort like into the video and submitted it, and then we waited. And then we waited and waited and waited.
This would drive me nuts.
We never heard anything else on that. Like we didn't hear like, oh, we're not moving forward with you. We didn't hear, here's why. It was just, we waited and waited and nothing. So let go of that. And then the next year we had opened our first permanent store, our first brick and mortar store. And so we said, we should go back. we should go back to Shark Tank, And so we showed up exactly a year later, went to the same open call, waited for 8 hours again, sat in line. And it was so cool because as soon as we walked in, the same casting producers were there, and they remembered us, and we were like, "That's a good sign,"
Wow, that's a good
And
sign.
and we had given them shirts the year before. One of them was like, "Oh my God, I love your shirt. I wear it to bed every night." And we were like, "This is good. This is good." And so, so we did our pitch, and at the end of the day, we got to stand there and say, "Hey, what we said we were going to do last year, we've
We did.
done, and more. And here's the trajectory we were on." And so it was a very different story. We weren't just a 3-month-old food truck. Now it was like, oh, okay, now we've grown this business, we've done what we said we are going to do. And so from there, same process. We did a couple weeks, had to do a video, had to do interviews, had to talk to producers, it was months and months and months before we ever even heard that we were going to get to go film. And so we went to go film and out in LA. And man, people were like, "Oh, scary," like when you finally got there. And I would say that the craziest thing about Shark Tank is that it's everything leading up to it that's scary. It's waiting in the green room, and like for us, we were like cooking waffles while we were waiting, trying to time it perfectly, so that they would still be hot when we went on screen and stuff like that. But once the doors open and you walk down the hallway and
Oh
you
my.
hit your spot and you're there, from there, you're just in a room having a conversation about your business, which is what we do every single day, And so we really, especially being such huge fans of the show, it's like, I know what you're going to ask, Mr. Wonderful. I know what you're going to say, Mark. I know what kind of question, it's like, we were very prepared. We had definitely done our homework just by being fans of the show. But yeah, at the end of the day, we got to talk about, what we live and breathe every day. And so it's not hard and it's not scary. And I guess we were also lucky that our pitch went very, very well. I guess maybe if it hadn't gone so well, it would have been a lot scarier, but it was an incredible experience. And it's obviously been an absolutely incredible launching pad, for us. The sheer visibility of being part of the Shark Tank family is huge. And, we have yet to pay for, franchise marketing or anything like that. It's just people see the episode, they're interested, they come to us. And so, it's been really, really great for our company.
It's no doubt the visibility will continue for you got a phenomenal franchise. Press Waffle is just incredible, and great leadership, of course. But you're right. There's no greater publicity than that, than having a bunch of investors saying, "I want you, I want you, I want you." They were fighting over you, right? So this is having prospective franchisees going, "There's something here. If these smart sharks want in, right, then I better be thinking about getting in." And this is a great time to do so while there's still wonderful territories left, right, and opportunity there, because it won't be long that won't be the same story. It'll be territories won't be available.
That's the hope. That's the goal for sure.
That's
Well,
the goal.
And it's so funny is anytime that somebody actually brings up like, "Oh, I saw you guys on Shark Tank," and the thing they comment most about is they were like, "Man, when I saw their faces when they bid in, I knew this." They don't say anything about the business pitch or the model or anything like that. It's like, "Oh man, they all acted like it was the most delicious thing ever." And I was like, "Well, it is."
It was.
But yeah, because at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter what your branding is, what your logo, what your model, what your economics are. It's like, if the product's not good, then
it won't fly. That's true.
So that's still priority number one for us, is always making sure that the product is great, the service is great. Yeah.
Well, and that's what happened to you when you were in Europe. When you first took a bite into that Belgian waffle, that was different. Yeah, it's and that's it. It's mind blowing. It really is mind blowing. And then everything that you've added to it to make it not only tasty but beautiful in terms of what's on that plate, and we're looking at it.
Well, thank you.
Well, I love this conversation. Honestly, you make it sound so simple that, oh yeah, I just walked out and I
Yeah.
do what I always do, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, you're weird because
Well, it also helps that both my brother and I have backgrounds in theater and acting.
theater,
So
that's
that
right. I
was
forgot
like,
about
okay,
that.
okay,
So
this is not a big
th-
deal.
this is a performance,
Yeah,
but we're talking about things we always talk about.
yeah.
But for the average person that's not a persuader and not a performer or a public speaker, that probably is
Oh yeah,
a difficult
yeah.
part, even if you
Yeah,
got through all the
I
hoops.
downplay it, but there is no. I mean, like when you got literally, 400 lights on you, and you can't see the cameras. All you can see is the sharks because everything's perfectly lit, and all the cameras are like hidden in the set and stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, it's pretty scary. But
Scary.
yeah,
It's scary. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you. I'm excited about the future of Press Waffle Company. I'm going to be right alongside of you, cheering you on. And I so appreciate you spending time with me today. And of course, I'm going to ask you back on another spot on chat.
hey, I will be glad to be there.
All right. Thanks.
Bye bye.